hearts and to our minds. We also know you're in Haudenosaunee territory. Kanaktaguenioke, it's the capital of the Haudenosaunee, sometimes referred to us by the French as Iroquois. 5 nations, 6 nations. We are the Haudenosaunee. Onondaga here is capital, Kanaktaguenioke, fire keepers of the Confederacy of the 5 nations, and now the 6. There was a time at the beginning. Well, I want to condense this a bit because what we teach and what we know and pass on generation to generation is kindness that going at the great law of peace. Sometimes that can take 8 to 10 days to interpret it. We're going to condense it somewhat, since Tadadaho already set precedents of cutting things short. So we'll follow that. And we'll cut it short, time frame wise, because we don't see us all sitting here for 8 to 10 days. So it'll be a condensed version of the great law of peace. Prior to receiving the message from the peacemaker, from the Creator, through to the peacemaker for all of us. Prior to that, we were traveling about the forest, which we call our home here. We were battling each other. We were at war with each other. We were doing it constantly. We were good at it. So we continued on with the thought that we were entertaining the Creator because that's what we were doing so well. And so we received this message. Creator was saddened by our actions to each other, toward each other, throughout the day and throughout the night. And so he sent a message to the peacemaker. And so the message came, and it took a long time for our people to accept it, travel about different communities. We did accept the message of unity, strength. Skada handwayan guatnikuha. Ganahanyo. We all come of one mind and give thanks for what was put here on earth for us. That's part of the Thanksgiving address that was translation cut short. It's all in there. And so we sat and we met and we discussed and we went through and through. Starting off with the Thanksgiving address which we had, we were reminded to carry it on. The unity of the 5 nations, starting from the east, it's the Mohawks, coming in to unite us. The Onondagas, Kanaktaguenioke, fire keepers of the Haudenosaunee, the Cayugas, and the keepers of the western door, the Senecas. We unite as one in our decisions to do so, strengthen the message that the peacemaker brings. It strengthens it in our hearts as we have now. One mind, one heart, one body. Haudenosaunee, people of the Longhouse. And so that's who we are. Some of you recognize this, most of you probably do who are here, as our flag. Well, our flag hasn't been around for too long. It came about from one of the things that we cherish as a replacement to the war and bloodshed that we caused to each other prior to the great law of peace was happening. After that, we joined as one. We came to the understanding that to entertain the Creator, our young men, we don't fight each other. We buried our weapons of war under the great tree of peace. And so we entertain the Creator with a game of lacrosse. Very spiritual game, very powerful. The young men exercised their strengths through the game of lacrosse. And so how we notice unity, this unity belt, Hiawatha belt, Confederacy belt, it's got several names it goes by also. We also now recognize the Haudenosaunee flag, which came about as our young men were overseas playing international competition, the game of lacrosse. And as the people were there, from all different parts of the world had all their flags up, all around. And they came to the Haudenosaunee and asked, "Where's your flag?" And our people looked at each other and said, "Well, we don't have a flag. We know who we are." So, well, yeah, that's good. It's good that you know who you are. These people were telling us, and so we took it as a serious note, and our people put their minds together, coming up with different ideas, all good ideas. And so somebody spoke up and says, "Well, here's our belt. This is our recognition. When we meet other nations, prior to the white man coming here, this is what we explain to them. Because the white roots of peace, after the tree was planted, expands in all directions, and anybody's welcome to follow them roots and take shelter under the laws, the great law of peace." And so that's how our belt became our flag. It was through international recognition of who we are for those of them over there that didn't know. And so as it goes on, this great law of peace, there's a lot in there. Each and every row, each and every bead has an explanation to it. Protocols, procedures, ceremony, raising chiefs, taking chiefs down, it's all in there. That's a responsibility of the women folk, clan mothers. They have a great responsibility. And also in the Ganohanyo, the Thanksgiving address that Taradaho had put out for all our ears, some of the translation in there is the important role of our grandmother moon, who controls the currents of the waters. All currents and all waters, and their responsibility. We acknowledge that. And we kindly and respectfully put our minds together as one and give a thanksgiving to our grandmother moon, who's still carrying on her duties, to make sure that the waters remain here, pure and fresh, pristine, for the next generations to come. And also the decision-making process that the Council of Chiefs is summoned to carry on. And in that, their decisions are to be made. Hadikum sadundies, scano, so that the faces yet to come, yet to appear in the earth, will have what we have. It's our responsibility to not destroy anything that we have to walk around here on earth with, anything that is provided for us for. It's our responsibilities to make our decisions today, each and every one of us, so that no harm will come to what we're thankful for, so that future generations will have that to see and enjoy themselves. And so in translating to English, in the first place, cuts a lot short, cuts a lot of this out. And then to condense it too, does it again. But this is what we should be thankful for each and every day, the Oneganos. And so as we travel about through the Haudenosaunee, which is our roots are expanded out, and we do have a lot of people, a lot of nations coming and joining and seeking shelter under the great law of peace. And so we come across this time that we noticed our woods has company in it. People we didn't understand who they are, and so runners will greet them. It was the Mohawk Nation that came and brought it to the attention of the Haudenosaunee that something has to be acknowledged here to the east.